opponents knocking out the competition. The kick-ass podcast that make you want to listen. The place where boxing fans and fighters rejoice. Thumbs up for Richie, you're listening to the fighter's voice. It's the brightest choice. If you want all the insights on all the big fights right before the big night. Backstage news, exclusive interviews, and predictions on the fights who will win or lose. No other show comes close, and you know it's true. Every fighter got a voice, and so do you. Now you're tuned into TFV. It's the fighter's voice with Richard Ortiz. Let's go. It's the rock, boy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. This is our second show of the evening. Earlier, we just had Regis Ruguru Pro Grace. I want to make sure I say it right because he corrected me on the show, and I needed to be corrected because I do want to say it right. But I want to talk to the man who made this possible, the man who won the purse bid, the promoter of the show, who put on this entire event. And we're going to talk about some controversy that took place earlier, which I call a misunderstanding. And then I want to talk to some media. I mean, sometimes it's just time to put the brakes on, get your facts straight before you start to print. But enough said, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce the president of Marv Nation, ladies and gentlemen, Marvin Rodriguez. Welcome to the show, Marvin.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Hey, I want to take this time and wish you a late happy birthday, my man. So you're 32, correct?
Yeah. No, I'm actually 46, but I'll take that.
There you go. There you go. Hey, let's jump right in it, and then we're going to move on, to some positivity, man. There was a tweet that came out earlier this week about some funds, about a check bouncing, a fighter not getting his full amount, or he got an email. I don't know all the facts, and then I'm hearing everything worked out. But tell us your side of the story, Marvin.
Yeah, well, yesterday, we just went on Twitter and he posted that his check had bounced and that it needed to get corrected. So immediately, the media took that and started reposting and obviously they didn't do research, or they didn't bother to really ask what happened. The reality is the check didn't bounce. The check was for over $1 million, and over $2 million went through the account in 24, 48 hours. So right now the banks are so tight, man. They got so many fines for allowing so many crazy things to happen that they're really tight when it comes to wires, making deposits, moving money. So they actually froze the account and the check based off of suspicious activity, which just needed to be corrected. Some calls needed to be made. And, because they put the check on hold, he posted that it had bounced. So, media went crazy because from the beginning, there was a lot of people saying that, Marv Nation wasn't going to be able to pay for this fight, that, they were comparing us to other companies that had done shows that didn't pay people. So, it just went crazy. Bad news always travels like wildfire,
It does. Unfortunately, it does. So, Regis also today, the classman that he is today, released a video today, corrected all that, let everybody know he was paid in full, got all his bread. Those were his words.
Yeah, no, the reality is the money was always there. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the bank allowing him to receive his money. So, we jumped on it immediately as soon as we found out what the issue was. And we pressed for the bank to actually send a wire instead of, trying to make that check good. We just decided to send a wire and to get it immediately, and he's been paid, and he posted the video, letting people know that everything is good, that he got his bread, that Marv Nation, did what they had to do.
Well, Marv, I'm going to send you some numbers, man. And since you're sending out these wires right here, man, you can make a contribution to the Fighter's Voice podcast, man. Go ahead and wire it to Richard Ortiz, CEO / full sponsor, President, Marv Nation Promotions. I mean, it has a great ring to it. Doesn't that sound good?
There you go, man. We're here to support, everyone and anyone.
There you go. There you go. Marv, excuse me, I want to talk about the event itself. I went to your event. I felt at home there as soon as I went in there, from the staff, from the security, from everybody working. It felt very family oriented. It was The energy, it was electric. A little cold, but if you're a fight fan, I mean, you were moving around, dodging the punches like you were inside of the ring. Talk to us about how you felt with that event and how far have you come? Because I believe you were established in 2014.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I mean, 2014 doing concerts, doing events, but doing boxing, it's been about 5 years that we've been doing boxing. But the reality is that number one is I I'm like a perfectionist. I like to put out the best in me and everybody on my team, everybody around. I don't like stuff to be done halfway done,
Yeah.
and that's what we push for. We push for the show, to be the best show that we could possibly provide for the fans and for the fighters also. I mean, obviously, nothing is perfect. It's a work in progress, but you're right. The staff, the workers, everybody came together, did an amazing job. Um, we proved to the world that Marv Nation can take on this type of caliber or this level type of shows and be able to do them the way they're supposed to be done. It was a family oriented place because I'm big on family. I really believe that. Like Marv Nation, I believe it's more of a family than anything. We all come together. I like people to feel as they're in a family.
Well, I mean, the stars that were out there, the big names that were out there. I mean, you had your DJ announcing everybody that was in attendance. Man, it was just. I'm not sure if it was the Boxing Hall of Fame or if it was a concert. I mean, you had a mixture of. I mean, Big Boy was there. I mean, you name it, were there in attendance, and you had top notch people. I mean, working, doing the interviews, doing the blow by blow. Ray Flores, one of the best in the world. Mike Rodriguez did an outstanding job. Who's a personal friend of mine. Did a great job, and you put it together, man. And you made sure that it was going to be well worth what you paid, and everybody was going to get their money's worth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we wanted to, like I said, have the fans enjoy the best show possible, so that they can understand that we can continue to put on these level, types of shows, and also, I mean, in the beginning there was a big doubt about could Martin Nation pull this off? Can they do it? Are they a fluke? Are they going to really come through, or is they going to make it happen? So obviously, look, this is what I tell everybody when they ask me a lot about my boxing background. I said, look,
Yeah.
my background is truly in real estate. I've been in a real estate developer over 20 years. So, boxing is just something that I like, something that I'm a fan of, and I got into it because of my kids. That's why I started promoting in a promotion company. But I don't have to be the smartest guy to know everything, but I do need to surround myself with the smartest people
Yeah.
that have the information that can make things happen, so that we can put on the greatest show and we can make things like this possible. So that's what we did. I don't claim to know everything. We hired the best people in the industry, and the word short for itself.
Hey, big shout out to Roger Legends TV, man. I mean, made sure we were taken care of. And I saw him. He was outside of the venue, taking care of everybody that needed to come in. Inside the venue, backstage, he was moving. I don't think the man sat down all night. He was busting
Yeah,
ass for you, man.
Legends put on Legends Entertainment did a great job of producing the show, and just the type of work that they did was high level. So definitely, shout out to them. And these type of shows you don't ever sit down. I mean, I got to sit down for a few, which was very very different from most shows. I'm usually the one running up and down, but
Yeah.
we had an extensive staff that took care of everything that needed to happen.
You did. And you know what does the future hold for Marv Nation come 2023? I mean, any chance you
You know,
coming to Fresno? Any chance you coming to Visalia? Or is
yes.
LA, Carson, where you drop an anchor?
No. I'm actually Marv Nation is first of all, um, the promotion company of opportunity. So we're giving opportunity to many fighters that are looking for an opportunity. We're also a promotion company that that wants to work with everyone, that knows how to network. It's funny because I had conversations. My network is very big. I know people all over the world, and I had conversation with some mayors up north in that area that wanted us to take boxing in that direction. So, 2023 may be the year that we step in that direction. We've been putting on shows throughout the U.S., Mexico, and Costa Rica, and some of these shows have been on the zone. I'm not sure if you saw the show that we put on September 8th in co-promotion with Golden Boy, but that was actually our first big show at a high level, But a lot of people saw it. Some people may not know about it, but we actually did the production. It was a co-promotion with Golden Boy, but Marvin Nation actually spearheaded all the production, everything that happened in Costa Rica. It was an amazing show. It was sold out, over 7,000 people, or close to 7,000 people in an arena. In a night that it was raining hard, and we thought people weren't going to show up on a Thursday night with a lot of rain, but you know what? It was sold out completely.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe some time in 23, your next show, the Fighter's Voice is set up right there. We'll interview all the fighters. We'll go live. Any way we can contribute or help out with Marv Nation, any collaboration, man, we're here. We're just a phone call away. We'll make it happen, man, because, iron sharpens iron, my man. And I believe people put certain people in their direction for a reason. Not to go separate ways, but, two heads are better than one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the power of unity. I continue to say that over and over. A lot of the big fights haven't been done because of the lack of unity. I would say that the sport of boxing is hurting because of the lack of unity. Yeah. But we're coming in here with the mentality of, look, let's work with everyone and anyone. Let's just work for the well-being of the sport, the fighters. So definitely looking forward to working with you guys. 2023. You said what's the plan? Continue building prospects and also put on some major shows. We're in conversations and talks with some big names in the industry that want to fight for Marv Nation now, that they want to be a part of this family. So, stay tuned. We shocked the world once. I think we can do it again, and we are going to do it again.
Hey, well, when you need a podcast, man, that's here for you 24/7, man. Hey, give us that opportunity, and honestly, you will not regret it. That's what I told Roger. And I want to give a big shout-out for Boxing Supreme. Before they posted anything, they made sure to do their homework. Yes. Nancy and I believe it's Anthony, or I'm not sure who's really running it, who's in charge now, but they showed a lot of class. And it's like when I see somebody do something good, it makes us all look good. So they made sure to do their homework, and I want to give them a big shout-out, and they did it the way it needed to be done.
Absolutely. I give great respect to the media that did their job. They're journalists. They're supposed to investigate stories, not just repost or put them out there, but get the facts. And Supreme was, I gave them that respect because, they called and they were asking questions and we explained to them. So, they didn't put anything out there. Shout out to Nancy. She did a great job of getting the facts also. She was the one that wanted to get the facts and the truth out. So it was very few media outlets that did that, but I respect each and every one of them that tried to reach out, and they reach out. That's what it's supposed to be. Getting the facts.
I agree with you, and I will say this, man. The way it was handled, everybody's happy now. It was a big misunderstanding, and I'm glad we're going to continue to work together, and unity will prevail, and goodwill always prevail over negativity, man, because people are so quick to post without, you can post one thing, but it's what you put down as well, and it's where you put the pressure at. I always make sure that, you're not going to keep both sides happy. That's just the way it is. But in this sport, you got to continue to get up from these knockdowns. So speaking of knockdowns, man, let's talk about the event itself. Let's talk about the fight. Regis Prograis, 2-time WBC super lightweight champion of the world, Jose Cepeda, man, was dropping bombs earlier. The jab was effective. I think people got exactly what they wanted. I don't agree with the scorecards leading out to the stoppage. I thought it was a little closer than that, not taking anything away from Team Pro Grace. Cepeda did, show some strength in there. And actually, you know what? Hey, Marvin, let's run it back.
Yeah, the reality is that they lived up to what they promised, a war. And it was a war. You know, it was a war until that final knockout. You know, we still believe that this is definitely a candidate for Fight of the Year because the intensity, man, just everybody was at the edge of their seats. It was like going, back and forth and tremendous. Anything could have happened at any second, So I think the fans won in this fight. The fans really, I think they were all, you could see it in people's faces and the comments and the energy that was there. It was just amazing.
Well, not only did the fans win, like I told you earlier, fans, I'm telling you this right now, man. I mean, these tickets were affordable, and like I've told a lot of people, there was not a bad seat in the house. There's a difference between watching it on TV, pay-per-view. Hey, that's okay. Barbecue, have drinks, relax. But there's nothing, Marvin, like a live event where you see the spit fly, the blood fly, the mouthpiece come out, the oohs and ahs. You can hear the impact of the punches, man. So I advise everybody, hey, man, make sure you go to a Marv Nation event. Go live. If you got to stream it or order it, that's fine too. But there's nothing like sitting your ass down in a live Marv Nation event, man.
No, yeah. Obviously, if you're out of town and it's away from you, the second best thing is...
Hey, bro, I came from Fresno, brother. So, people can put some gas in their car, head down there, and, they're not going to cover the event like we did. They can sit their ass down. And you know what? I do know some people that came from my area all the way down there. I want to give a shout-out to Rick V, and I want to give a shout-out to Omar from Madera.
Yeah, no. Obviously, if you knew the caliber of fight and what it was going to be, you wouldn't mind driving and taking a drive down. We appreciate all those fans that went the extra mile to be there and to experience this. You could see the fans, the energy. It was there, man. Like you said, it was just an amazing atmosphere, and that is because the people that came knew what they were coming for. They knew they were coming for a war. They knew they were coming to an amazing fight, and it didn't fall short of that. It was amazing.
Marvin, you know what we got to do next time? Next time you have an event there, you got to come on here at least for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's give some tickets away, man. Let's make it worth it. Let's give a pair of tickets on behalf of the Fighter's Voice and Marv Nation. They can come down here, claim their tickets, and they got it off a podcast. They can drive wherever they need to drive and know that they got a great seat in the house. How does that sound? Why don't we do that in 2023? Man, we can collab together.
Hey, man, it sounds great to me. We're ready. We're going to work on our next big fight, and we're definitely looking forward to working with you, collaborating with you, giving out tickets, and, having the fans continue to support Marv Nation.
I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. Go online. Is your apparel online? Go online. You got to order a Marv Nation hoodie. These things are sharp. I wish I had a picture of them. Black with the gold. It's just bold. It's just, when you wear it, man, you're really going to rock it. You're really going to feel... For the true boxing fan, it's a must-have. Really, it really is. And Marvin, I'm going to be blowing you up later on and sending my sizes and address. And in return, I'm going to have to send you the Fighter's Voice hoodie as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We got you. They could go to our Instagram, MarvNation_, and just send a message there if you're interested. We ship it out to you. If you're local, you can pick it up at one of our offices. So definitely.
Hey, what do you have to say to all the fans and supporters that watch and support Marv Nation?
You know what? Just want to thank all the fans because, this is what is allowing us to keep building and keep putting on amazing shows. Thank you for all the love and support. And just get ready because 2023 is going to be a bigger year for us. Just keep riding with us and be ready. Okay,
man. I'm going to keep pushing to bring you to Fresno. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our guests. Marvin Rodriguez, the president of Marv Nation. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. Go to his YouTube channel. Go to his Twitter account. Support and get some apparel. Better yet, get some tickets from his next event and tune in to us, and we'll be giving out a pair together. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our hosts, and it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.